Hi there and welcome to Monthly Make Monday. Today we're going to be using the May Monthly Make box to make this little card. We're going to use our Stella from the May box and, well, create this card. So if you would like to craft along, here is a list of all the things you will need. Right, let's get going, shall we? I've got here my 13.5 by 20, so another card that's going to go onto an A5 base. I've got my ATC coin circle punch, so it's a 2.5 inch circle. You could use any die for this, but I want one that's going to look a bit like a sunshine. So I'm just going to cut this out. There we go. So I'm going to use it as a mask. Yeah. So I'm going to pop that up here somewhere. What I'm looking for is about the same from there to there. Yeah. So it's going to go there like so, and then I'm just going to sprinkle dinkle. I've got my gambos here. Sprinkle dinkle. Ooh, it's a bit fiercer than I thought it was going to be. A little bit of gambos, and you'll see I've come down a little bit as well. And let's get spritzing. Oops, the wrong spritzer. There we go. And make sure when you're doing something like this, this isn't sealed to my card at all. So if I was to spritz like this, it would literally just and knock this mask out of the way. If I spritz from up on top, it's not going to move as much. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that because I want to get a second card out of that little piece. I'm going to lift him up, move him to one side, and then I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. So there you go. I've dried them both. Don't forget to dry this one off because we will use that one as well. So I'm going to start work on this one. I'm going to grab Stella. And she's going to come here. You see how we've got this big focal flower? I want that to sit right inside that circle. Yep. So I'm going to... Oh! I've got the sentiment stuck to it. Don't need that just yet. So I'm going to get this all inked up. Make sure you ink it up well. Make sure you get all the little nuts and crannies as well. Because she's a very big stamp, is our Stella. There we go. And like I said before, I want to get that lovely big flower head right in that circle that we've just created, that lovely frame. Just give it a real good press. Just like that. Oh, I didn't ink that very well. So I've got that stamp there. I'm not going to worry too much because I'm just going to stamp it again onto another piece of card. Check I've got the right colour. Yep, I've got my black. And this time I'm only really going to ink up my flower heads. There we go. So I'm going to stamp that one here. There we go, that's better, isn't it? And then I'm going to stamp them again because we're going to cut them out and decoupage them up. Make sure you ink it up really well. There we go. So I've got my Stella stamped onto my gamboge, and then I've got my 2 other images of Stella. So we're going to work on these 2 first. And we're going to start by colouring these 2 images in. So I'm going to take some violet Brusho, just sprinkle it on my worktop, and then I'm going to spritz next to it, because I want to control how much Brusho I have, so how pigmented how dark my colour is going to be. I'm going to drag a teeny tiny little bit out, add a little bit more water to it, and then just test it on here. Look at that colour, wonderful, isn't it? And then let's get painting. So I'm going to go around the whole of Stella first with a real pale shade, and then we'll start adding more to it. Going all the way around. Oops, a little bit too dark there. Come back in, add some more water. Just keep going all the way around. So now I'm going to start going in on the lines on our Stella with a little bit darker ink, a little bit darker Brusho, sorry. Just start dragging it out. And if it gets a bit too dark, like that one has there, I'm going to grab my water and just soften it a little bit. Just like that. And again on the next one. Just going to keep working around all of my flowers until they're done. So I've now coloured in all of my flowers. They're a little bit wet still, and I need to just dry them off. But before I do, I need to tidy up my ink, and I've got lots and lots of Brusho left on my table. So what I'm going to do is grab our image. I'm just going to pop another circle over the top, and I'm just going to make a real mess here, really. Just mix it all together. You want it really, really watery. And then we're just going to flick. This is a great way of tying your colours together. So if you've got one colour, like I'm using on the top for our flowers, and a base colour, this just adds that top colour to the base, and it's using up the Brusho that's left on your desk. So there we go, quite like that. Just going to clean off my brush and tidy up my desk. So I'm just going to dry these now with my heat gun. Right, so I've dried them off now. I'm going to put this to one side, and we're going to do our green bits. So for that I have got emerald green Brusho, and again I'm just going to pop a load on the table, well not a load, a dot on the table, give it a quick spritz, and then just do exactly the same as I did the first time. So I'm going to actually start off with our leaves. Ooh, I've got a bit too much water on my brush there, because it was pooling as it hit the paper. I've got to add one up there as well. Ooh, a bit too dark. There we go, so I've done a very gentle base, and then I'm going to go in with a bit more of a darker colour this time. Pulling a darker colour from my stem turn my paper around. And blot it with my brush a bit. Keep turning it round. Oh, I nearly got my paper in me. My paint then. That'd have been interesting, wouldn't it, trying to get rid of a big green corner on my paint, on my paper. Just keep adding little bits. I've forgotten about that one at the top again, haven't I? It's alright, we'll catch him up in a minute. Oops. There we go. Let's turn him round. So he needs to just get a little bit. Start to add a bit in here. Get these stems painted. Oops. That was close, wasn't it? I'm just going to come down each one. There we go. So we've done our green. Just going to tidy up my desk again. Right, so now I'm going to cut these out so I can decoupage them up. So for the first set, I'm going to cut out the whole of the flower, and then on the second set, I'm going to cut out these 2 and these 3 at the bottom. So we're going to have 5 petals in total on the second one. So now I'm going to cut out the next layer. So on here, I'm going to cut off this petal, because both of its sides are underneath another. Let's back in here. I'm going to take that one out. And then if you notice, I need to keep that one because that one's on top. If I can't take this one out because it's on top of that one, but I can take this one out because it's under those 2. So you could actually take a lot of the petals out on here. Do a lot of layers, I mean. There you go, I'm going to take that one out. So you end up with 2 at the top and then 3 at the bottom. I'm just going to finish cutting these out now. Right, so all my flower petals are now cut out. We're going to do some more work on our background. So I'm going to take them off. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then I'm going to use a scrap. So I left over a little circle here. I'm going to pop it in place like so. And I'm going to take my charcoal pencil. And I'm just going to run it around the edge. Oops. Just any gaps I've got. So it doesn't really matter because we're going to be popping our flower heads over it again in a second. There we go. It just highlights that a little bit more. I'll put that to one side. And then again, you know I love to get my charcoal pencil out. I'm just going to come down on some of these. Just like that. I'm not going to do too much. Just add a little bit of shading to these guys. Right, there we go. So there's my background done. I'm now going to stamp a little saying on it. So with Stella you get hello sunshine or happy birthday sunshine. So I'm going to grab my sunshine first. I'm going to ink that up. Let's see if I've got a different black. Nope, I'll use this one. So I'm just going to ink this one up. So it's perfect space for it just down here, haven't we? Let's get our sunshine on there. Pop it down there like so. And then we're going to get our hello. There we go. And she's a rare sunshine, is our Stella. I'm going to get hello just like that. And I'll link him up. And I'm just going to place it. It should fit neatly between your S and your H. Pop it in there. Try and make sure it's kind of balanced. Kind of level even. So we've got hello sunshine. Put that back on there before I lose it. And then we're going to finish it off. So we've got our flower heads. To give them a bit of shape, I'm just going to pop these petals around my finger like so. And then just press into the middle. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab my Stinky Winky glue. I'm just going to blob on the back. And then pop it on there. And just make sure you press down in the centre a little bit. There we go. And then with this one, I'm going to put my thumb right in on that centre bit. And then fold it over like so. Turn it and fold it. So this time when I come to put my glue, I need it here and here, not on the middle bit. There we go. That one can go right on there. And I'm going to do the same with my other flowers. So just give them a bit of shape. Get some Stinky Winky glue. Oops, the daisy came splodging out the edge. Maybe I put a bit too much glue on. There we go. Turn that around. And my final one. a bit of shape. Add some glue. That way, I think. Nearly caught me out, that one. And then again, finger into the centre and then just round. Just like that. It gives you beautiful shaping on your flower. Just a teeny tiny bit of glue. Oops, I've got it on my finger now. Just pop that down there. Just wipe my finger off, I don't want stinky glue over everything. And then I need to decide what we're going to put in the flower, in the centre of our flowers. I think I'm going to pop a little bit of gamboge, and then I might even, when it's dry, put some glossy accents over it. So I'm just going to grab my gamboge very quickly. And it ties in nicely, doesn't it? It brings our background into our foreground. Again, just spritz on the table. Need to find my paintbrush. There it is. I'm going to go quite dark with this because I almost want it orange. You see how I get these like reddy orange flecks? That's the colour I'm after for my centre. Ooh, look. Perfect. You wouldn't think it's the same colour that makes this beautiful pale yellow. But it is. It goes from yellow all the way through to red. So what I'm going to do with that now is I'm going to pop it onto a lovely A5 card base. There you go. There's our finished card. All I've done is popped it onto a white A5 card base, and I think you'll agree it does look quite stunning. So that is our last make using our May monthly make. From next Monday we'll be moving on to our June boxes, which should be on their way to you already. So that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon.